Alright, so Diamond Dude Turbo 2022. The deck's kind of fun. I did third place at Friday. I didn't do very well today, but the deck's fun. So, Triple Diamond Dude. Diamond Dude excavates, and if it's a normal spell, it sends it to the grave, and you get to activate that card's effect during the next turn. It ignores costs and conditions. So you get to mill Tactics, or Fusion Destinies, or anything for value. Dark Ruler no more, so you just blank their board for free during your next turn. Double Drill Dart. This one's an extender. It summons any of the smaller attack D heroes from your hand. Lets you get into Verte if you didn't draw a Fusion Destiny or whatever else. One Fearmonger. This one is where Phoenix Enforcer gets its grave effect from. If this one's destroyed and sent to the grave, you get to summon back during your next standby. So Phoenix Enforcer's the upgrade, but that's the OG there. It helps you get back from, if they strike your DPE and grave or whatever, you can get this destroyed and then bring back your DPE. Denier is basically your third Malicious for D-Hero shenanigans. Discommander draw 2, Celestial draw 2, and then names you've got Dasher, Dreadmaster, Dogma, and Plasma. You have to have the names just to be able to keep sending the high level to keep making Phoenix Enforcers. And a deck like this, the Phoenix Enforcer is going to get outed, so you have to keep making more Phoenix Enforcers. So that's it. It is straight D-Heroes, no hand traps, 3 Fusion Destiny, and a Magical Stone. So this got added to the list because I've had games super grindy where you'll play all 3 Fusion Destinies and need to keep going deeper. Not to mention, if you mill this off Diamond Dude, you don't have to discard 2 and you get whatever you want back.
If you were to play this next format, what would you replace with the third one?
This will probably turn into more of just a hero list rather than a pure D-Hero list. Honestly, I don't think this version is playable at all without the third Fusion Destiny. You just have to keep dumping this over and over and over again. So you're just going to end up with Vision Hero Vions, and you're just going to play the hero deck. Then we got a ton more. So we've already got the 2 Monster Pot of Greeds. Then you've got 3 Destiny Draw, 3 Allure, and 3 Tactics. Again, any of these milled off Diamond Dude, you're drawing 2. Of course, with Allure, you still have to banish, because that's part of the effect and not a cost or a condition. But if you mill a Tactics, you just get to pick an effect, regardless if they've activated any effects during your main phase or not. Double Mass Change, because Dark Law is busted. Dark Ruler No Mores, just to blank boards. And then Raigeki, Feather, and Storm, just more ways to hopefully outboards under that Dark Ruler. Monster Reborn and Reinforcement to search pretty much whatever you need. And then the really cool card is D-Tactics. This card has 3 effects. The last effect, if it's destroyed, it searches for a D-Hero. First effect gives all your D-Heroes 400 in the standby. The middle effect, though, is that whenever a level 8 or higher D-Hero is summoned to the board that's not during damage step, you get to non-targeting banish from hand, field, or grave. So it turns your Phoenix Enforcer, he summons back, non-target banish, Phoenix Enforcer pops something, Phoenix Enforcer comes back, non-target banish, just on loop. It doubles Phoenix Enforcer's effectiveness. So that's the list. It's 40 cards. You've got 11 main deck draw 2s. So you theoretically shouldn't brick, but it happens more than I'd like to admit. Extra deck, 3 Phoenix Enforcer. It happens. You'll go through 2 almost every game. 3 comes up enough, and unfortunately you have to play 3. Dominance. This lets you look at the top 5 cards of either player's deck and stack them. And then it draws a card if it does something by battle, and if it is destroyed, it summons back 3 different names from your grave. So this kind of does a little bit of everything, but you can't extend into this unless you have Phoenix Enforcer live and going. Dystopia is a 1600 burn, is basically the only reason you play it, occasionally for time. In Dustopia, if you're playing against other decks with Phoenix Enforcer, you'll super poly theirs off into this, and then it has an effect that resolves as poly, so then you can make something else on top of it, which is cool. Double Dark Law for the mass changes. Verte, Cross Crusader, and Decimator. Because this is Diamond Dude, you'll resolve a Diamond Dude effect, make Cross Crusader, bring back Diamond Dude, Resolve Diamond Dude again. So you're trying to stack as many spell effects that you can get for free during that following turn as you can. And then Decimator plus DPE does some really ridiculous things, where DPE nerfs their board by 200 for every hero in the grave. Dread Decimator gains your monsters 100 for every unique name. There's a little bit of weird math there where sometimes you'll have a duplicate. So I could be nerfing you by 1,000 and gaining me by 700, something like that. Rank 4s, Dugaris fixes a lot of problems. Friday's tournament against Sword Soul, I actually made this with a Diamond Dude in my token collector to get back my Phoenix Enforcer that he had outed. And then when he tried to play again, the token collector just comes back. So this just fixes anything you need, and then it's also another draw 2 effect. So it's kind of like the 12th draw 2 in the deck. Floodgate Dweller, Rhapsody for double DD Crow against pretty much anything. And then I play a Strike Bouncer because when Dominance dies and brings back 3, you can bring back your Dasher to reset its grave effect and a Mally. And then when you draw for turn, the first thing you do is make this, so now you have a hand trap negation before you attempt to play that follow-up turn. Side deck is, of course, the token collectors for Sword Soul. Dark Angel, I've toyed with one of these in the main. Kind of back and forth, I'm not sure on it, but basically if there's 3 D heroes in grave, you can pitch this to then summon any D hero to your opponent's board. Typically it's going to be herself, and then while she's on the board, she negates the resolution of spell card effects of its controller. So this is pretty good against like the invoke boards and things where it forces them to have to link this off somehow before they can do anything else. And it's just really good against Striker too, because now they have a monster in the main monster zone and their spell effects are negated. So if they can't immediately go into Zeke, they're going to have problems. Another cool thing with this one is that I can pitch her to summon the Fearmonger from my grave to their board and then kill it by battle, so it will trigger in my grave to give me another summon back during the next standby. And her last effect, because of course she has 3 paragraphs here, you can banish her and another D hero like you would with Celestial to draw 2, except it allows both players to stack any spell on top of that. So because I've got the lures and the D draws and the tactics and all these draw effects, if I want to go for game, I can stack that extra Fusion Destiny or a Dark Ruler or whatever I need to break that board with her. If I know I'm going to kill you, you just go ahead and do this because you don't care that your opponent's stacking something. Another fun interaction is Draw Hand with Droll Locker. Destiny Hero Draw Hand special summons back the turn after it's sent to the graveyard in the next standby phase. So if you dump him on Fusion Destiny to say make Dominance or DPE, he will come back, and then when he's special summoned, both players draw a card. If you send him on Dominance, Dominance is going to die. Or, I'm sorry, Dominance has the stack effect. So if you dump Draw Hand to make Dominance, then I can stack the top 5 of my deck for the draw. So when Draw Hand summons and both players draw a card, I can draw into the draw that I stacked and then draw it. A couple tournaments back, I was playing against Dolce with this. I resolved this combo on loop and I rolled him 3 turns in a row. So that's fun. And then Super Polys with Dragos and Paleo. I hate invoke boards of any form, and this helps you break DPE, it breaks Dragoon, it breaks Mechaba, it breaks Winda. It's the only thing I want to do. It's like any dumb fusion board, this card breaks with Super Poly. So it's a fun list. Unfortunately, I think it's too neutered to play at all once Fusion Destiny goes to 2. But hey, have fun with it.